Hi, and welcome back to Purple Collar Life. Today is another one of those stop putting it off, spend $100 and just do this videos, because I have been dealing with this issue for well over a year, probably 2 years now. I actually mentioned it a year ago when we were here with the John Deere 2210 tractor. I was doing my service interval, replacing the air filter, the oil. I'll put a link to that video up above. If you haven't done service on your compact tractor, fall is a great time, a great reminder that you want to do that service before wintertime. Nobody likes to be working outside in the cold or even in the garage in the cold doing oil changes and checking filters and stuff, so it's better to do it before winter. In that video I mentioned I was having this issue with the seat, and this is a very common John Deere problem. Happens on the smaller lawn and garden tractors, happens on the compact tractors, where the seat becomes no longer affixed to the base pan. And I've been dealing with this. It slides off the front while you're driving. I've tried a couple of different things to fix it. I've tried gluing it. I've used Gorilla Glue down here. I've used Gorilla Glue down in these cracks and tried to tuck this all, painstakingly tuck this all back in, squeeze it together using some clamps, like wood clamps, to try to hold it all down and glue it. As you can see, the glue has stayed in the seat back here, but the seat has not stayed in place. And now I've got the problem I really hate. You can see it right down there. I've talked about this problem with our Ford Workmaster. The mice get anywhere they can and pull the foam out of a seat. That's what they've started doing here. Look what I noticed underneath the seat. So the seat fell off the other day, and look, the mice have completely eaten through that bottom section of the seat. They're trying to make a nest. There might even be a mouse in there, who knows. It's disgusting. I hate when those field mice start doing stuff like that. So today, I waited way too long. I'm gonna ditch this old junk pan for a replacement seat that wasn't that expensive. Came from Amazon. I'll put the link down below in the description. Cost just over $100. And boy, have I had more than $100 in frustration with this thing falling off, and the fact that I've tried to glue it a couple times and it hasn't worked. So, good riddance. Right here's my new seat. You can see today's video is sponsored by the color yellow. We've got the yellow golf cart, the yellow Honda Foreman, and our new yellow seat for the John Deere 2210. This same seat part number, I believe, works on the 2305, maybe even the 1025, 1023. They all use the same seat, I think, but again, do your own research, check your own part numbers, and this link will tell you what tractors this seat fits on. But there are other replacements from the same company. Again, not that expensive. I don't know how long it's going to hold up. I can tell you though, it's already putting a smile on my face knowing that I'm not going to have to fall with the seat out of the tractor all the time when I'm running it. And I'm also not going to be annoyed by the fact that there could be mice underneath the seat while I'm running the tractor. I did a video in the past about having a seat reupholstered. That was part of the things that was really nice about a John Deere X300 tractor. It was a lawn and garden tractor that I had. And the guy down the road that does that upholstery does an amazing job. Reupholsters all kinds of seats. But seats like this can't really be reupholstered. This is just a formed piece of foam that is used. They use adhesive around these edges and put it on the pan. I'm sure this was the original pan. Removing it should be super easy. First time I've ever done it, but it looks like it's going to be easy. Let's go ahead and go through the process. This whole seat pan from back here on the back is held on just by one rod through the front of the seat, and then there's a safety switch. So we'll need to remove the safety switch and take the rod out. Now there is a difference between the John Deere seat and pan that was in here and the replacement non-OEM pan that I'm putting in here. And the major difference is this seat had the slow moving vehicle, or had the slow moving vehicle triangle on the back of it. I don't have that anymore because the seat is blocked by our Curtis cab. I took the slow moving vehicle triangle off the back of the seat because it wasn't able to be seen. But let's take a look at how this is all on here, and then we'll see if we can get it off pretty easily. I think the only tools we need are a screwdriver and a pair of pliers. So just while I was moving the camera, a mouse went from somewhere. I don't know if it was underneath this paper somehow, I guess there is a spot underneath there. I don't know, somewhere in there was a mouse. He ran right down here and through that hole underneath the tractor. We're going to get rid of this mouse seat right now. So this rod is holding the seat in, and here's the safety switch. All right, so that we don't break anything else, we're going to pull this off. That was easy. We're going to see if we can just twist this out. Looks like it needs to go this way. There we go. And we will be able to install that on the new seat once it's in place. You can see how that works. It's just a pressure switch when there's weight on the seat, and it sits right here underneath the seat. All right, so this little C-clamp that's on the very end of the rod, I'm going to just see if I can use pliers to pop it off of there, but it may take a screwdriver. We're just going to lift up on it. There's a little groove right here for the screwdriver to slide into. Got it most of the way off. I don't want to lose it is the thing. Good thing I said we don't want to lose it. And then I drop it down in there. Well, you can probably see it's the next day. That orange glow of the beautiful sunset, that's gone. And I came out to some carnage out here. Unfortunately, there were some baby mice somewhere living in here, and I found them dead on the floor of the tractor this morning. So that's unfortunate. Obviously, even though I can't stand those mice being in my equipment, I didn't want to come out to baby mice laying dead on the floor of the machine. But we're going to continue where we were last night. I found it was getting a little bit dark, and I thought I had lost this C-clip, but I found it. So we'll keep it in here. I'm going to clean these mice out of the bottom, and we'll get back to work. So last night we pulled that C-clip right off the end of this rod, which is going to let it now pull right out of the inside here, and that will remove the rest of the seat pan. So here's our new seat. You can see it does still have a drain hole in the bottom. 90% of the time that won't be necessary because we're covered by roof with the Curtis cab. So there's our two seats. The new one right here. And the old one, you can see they're very similar. The rod's going to slide through here, just like it did on the old one. There's the spot for the sensor under the seat. Now the old seat sensor was covered by a protective piece of fabric. This one is just the foam on top of it. Hopefully that won't be a problem. But it does still have a drain port at the back. You can see where the little rubber gaskets or bushings that the seat rests on will hit. And there looks like there's actually reinforcements on this seat in those locations. So that looks pretty good. So we need to just line our seat up with the holes in the bracket. And I'm actually going to do this from the other side. So I have the seat rod here that we'll go ahead and start through this side of the seat. Then it goes through the bracket, through the other side of the bracket, and through the other side of the seat. Just like that. And then our little C-clamp goes back over here, C-clip. It's not so dark, we can see a little bit better. Here's that little C-clip, and there is a notch in the rod, and the C-clip just kind of slides into that notch, and then the tension pushes down over top, and that's what holds it in place. I think I might be able to do it just by hand, but otherwise we'll use the pliers. And then if I twist this a little bit, you can see where I was sticking that screwdriver yesterday underneath this little edge to lift up on that. The next thing we want to reinstall is our sensor, and that's going to, you can see these notches, you just need to line up the insert portion with those notches and then twist to the right. And then you can see our connections right here where we took this cable off. We're all reconnected there. Now this one doesn't latch in place as well as the other one did. Remember, the other one was kind of hard to get out. Hopefully this one stays in place. Look how nice and comfortable that new seat looks. It's gonna be good. I did get a little bit dirty resting it on the ground. It's got a little bit different feel to it. The other one had like a pleather feel to the outside. This one might be a little bit softer foam, so we'll see how comfortable it is. And I want to make sure that sensor still activates underneath here. Let's give it a try. All right, first test. Actually, it's a little firmer feel. Can't really tell, it feels almost a little wobbly. Maybe it's going to break in a little bit, but let's make sure we can start here. Let's make sure the sensor works if we get off the seat. Yep. As long as we're in neutral, it'll stay on. So the sensor does work. Seat does feel much more comfortable than the old one that kept falling off, that's for sure. All right, let's go for a little ride down the driveway and grab the mail. Give it a little test run here on the new seat. I will say that for some reason, it feels wobbly. Let's take a look underneath and see what we see. So our rod is in place. Maybe that's how it always was. I'm not sure. Because there's a little bit of play in the seat on the rod, but that would be the same because that's just slack between the rod and the bracket. Maybe a little bit of play in the hole that the rod goes through, but a lot of the play is just in the seat adjustment itself, the sliding mechanism of the seat. All right, let's go for our test drive. It looks really sharp in there. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this video informative and entertaining. New seat in the tractor. If you've been putting this off like I have, just stop wasting the time and the effort and the frustration. I know it's 130 bucks, maybe something like that, but Amazon affiliate link down below in the description if you need one. It took less than 5 minutes to actually replace the seat if I hadn't been recording it and talking about it. Very simple task. I can't believe, like I said at the start of the video, one of those things that I should have just spent a little bit of money and just done it because I've been messing with that old seat for far too long. Problem solved. Glad it's done. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you again the next time. Okay, so now I've done two things in the last few years that have really improved the ride on this John Deere 2210. The first was those Carlstar tires, the radial tires, a much better ride than the previous tires that were on the back of this tractor. They also have much better traction. I'm 100% impressed with the tires. The second thing is the seat. It's not sliding around underneath me anymore. I'm not worried about mice being underneath me as I'm driving along. Much worth the minimal effort and small spend. Now, the OEM original replacement seat, that one is hundreds of dollars. Maybe a lot of people like to use the OEM original seat. For me, I just wanted to do this cheaper one, got it on Amazon. I think it arrived like 2 days after I ordered it, so super fast shipping, and then like I said, probably 5 minutes or less to actually install it if you weren't making a video.